Hey guys, Jeff here from Films at Home. Sorry it's been a little bit, it's been about a week without a video, but I do have another 4K review for you today. This is an early copy that I got in from Paramount. They sent it to me just last week. I checked it out a few days ago. I watched the movie, looked at the 4K, and it is Daddy's Home 2, the new comedy. This just came out with Will Ferrell, Mel Gibson, Mark Wahlberg, John Lithgow. Comes out on February 20th on 4K. I believe you can get it on digital right now, but the 4K copies are going to be available on the 20th. It's the sequel, obviously, to Daddy's Home. The first one I really liked, so I was excited to check this one out, see if the sequel held up, or at least if it was kind of just a funny, goofy movie. And it is a Christmas movie, so it's always nice to get more kind of Christmas comedies, stuff like Office Christmas Party, The Night Before, stuff like that that's really funny. Bad Santa. I love to watch a funny Christmas movie, so I was excited about this one, and I'll let you know how it was and if it's worth a pickup. And without further ado, let's play that intro. All right, so let's dive into the movie first. Not talking about any 4K quality, but just how the movie was. I thought this was pretty good. It's definitely not as good as the first Daddy's Home. Sequels never really live up to the hype of the first movie. But it's a fun PG-13 comedy. There's a lot of really funny scenes. Mel Gibson's really great in this. I think he's hilarious. John Lithgow is also very funny. Will Ferrell, Mark Wahlberg have great chemistry on screen as always. They've done so many projects together, so they were both excellent in this. I thought that the kids in the movie were really funny too. Some really great moments, and overall pretty solid Christmas movie. I think it goes on the list with something like maybe Christmas Vacation. It's not that classic. I'm not saying it's as good as Christmas Vacation, but it has kind of a similar feel to it, similar vibe, and you'll get the laughs out of this. It could be kind of a new generation of Christmas Vacation. It's a really fun, goofy movie. Great cast, of course, and I definitely enjoyed it. So in terms of the movie itself, if that's all you're thinking about, if you want to rent it, if you want to buy it, I do recommend checking it out. And I think it's a great pickup to have for next Christmas season to watch with the family, especially if you have kind of older kids, or if you just want to sit down and watch it yourself around Christmas time. It's a pretty funny one, so I would definitely recommend checking it out. All right, now in terms of 4K quality, picture quality alone, this movie is not a true 4K title. This was filmed at 2.8K, which is pretty standard in the industry nowadays. There were a few scenes that are rumored to be shot in 8K, and I'm not sure why, but the majority of this was 2.8K, and it was finished with the digital intermediate at 2K. Visual effects were done at 2K, so it's a 2K master through and through, and basically Paramount's just upscaled that to 4K for the 4K Blu-ray. So noticeable differences between this and a standard Blu-ray are gonna be sort of slim until you get into the HDR. Now, it's a fairly colorful movie. It takes place at Christmas time, so a lot of the colors really pop, like lights, sweaters that people are wearing, the reds, the greens, the kind of brighter colors that associated with Christmas look really good with the HDR. So in terms of that, I highly recommend it. It's got Dolby Vision, which is kind of the gold standard for HDR at this point. So if you have a TV and a player that's capable of that, you're gonna really enjoy it. And so for that reason, it'll be an upgrade over the Blu-ray. And it's what, $2, $3, maybe $4 difference. Personally, I think if you have the setup and you're going to start collecting from this point forward, you should go with the 4Ks. For this one, you could definitely get away with the Blu-ray. There's nothing visually striking here. It's not a movie like, say, Dunkirk or like the upgrades of The Dark Knight, something that has a lot of great visuals. I mean, it's a comedy. So if you had to buy the Blu-ray, or you can find the Blu-ray in a couple months for $10. You're not going to go wrong there. But the 4K and HDR is really nice. I do like the way it looks on the screen. The HDR just really pops and makes it feel like a different experience. So it's going to be kind of personal preference with this one. You can't go wrong either way since it's not a true 4K title. You don't really need to be tied to buying the 4K. But it depends on your personal preference and whether you like the HDR and really feel that's important. But you're not going to get the resolution you're not going to get a real difference here in resolution between the Blu-ray and the 4K. Very tiny noticeable differences in sort of the grain and the look and feel of it, but that's about it. So HDR is the real selling point in terms of the visual quality. Now, in terms of audio, it's actually no difference again between 4K and the Blu-ray. You're working with a Dolby Atmos track for both of them. So there's no difference. You're getting the exact same Dolby Atmos. Sometimes the 4K will come with Dolby Atmos on an upgrade, where the previous Blu-ray only had a DTS, like a 5.1 or 7.1. But in this case, no matter what you get, you're getting Atmos, so you can't go wrong with audio. An interesting thing of note is the Daddy's Home Blu-ray, the movie that came before this one, the original, had a DTS-X soundtrack, which is also an upgraded audio track, surround sound with height effects, and it has a lot of similar things to Atmos. So it's interesting that Paramount decided to switch to Dolby Atmos for Daddy's Home 2. I haven't been seeing a lot of DTS-X lately. I've been seeing a lot more Atmos, and so I think that that's probably going to be the standard going forward. Dolby's really killing it with 4K because they're going to have the Atmos audio and they're going to have Dolby Vision HDR standard. And so they're really going to be pushing physical media here in 4K. A lot of their stuff is going to be what drives this content. And so it's just an interesting thing to note that they did go from DTS to Dolby. And so Paramount is probably adopting the Dolby Atmos soundtracks going forward, which means if you're looking into receivers or surround sound systems, you're probably going to want to look for one that definitely has Atmos capability rather than DTS-X. If you can find one that has both, great, but if you had to choose at this point, I'd go with the Atmos. So then real quickly on the packaging, you're going to have just a standard 4K slipcover, same artwork on the actual package. 2 discs in here. If you open this thing up, you're going to have the 4K disc and the Blu-ray disc. There's also a digital copy enclosed. No artwork on either one of these, so pretty plain, pretty straightforward. One thing to note though is that the digital copy, so it comes with the digital copy for Daddy's Home 2, of course, but this actually also includes a digital copy for the original Daddy's Home. So that's kind of cool. If you don't have the original, you can at least watch it beforehand. You're going to get a digital copy included in here. Nice little addition from Paramount to do that, to make sure you kind of get the whole complete set and understand the backstory, because there's some stuff that's a callback to the first film, and kind of understanding their relationship. It helps to have seen the first one for sure. So it's a cool little addition, just a kind of quick bonus digital copy. Special features is a few things about the characters, kind of just character profiles, deleted scenes, extended scenes, alternate scenes, just a few things that they changed and decided to go with something different in the actual release, but they've included all that extra stuff. And then just kind of a gag reel, which is pretty funny. I always love the gag reels on this kind of movie, especially with Will Ferrell. He just makes people, if you watch gag reels with Will Ferrell, he makes people crack so often, and he has such a straight face, but they just can't look at him. They can't take him seriously because he's so funny. And so the gag reels are really fun with his movies. This one was good. But yeah, other than that, packaging pretty standard. Some nice special features only on the Blu-ray disc. And then just kind of the added digital copy. I believe this does come with the Blu-ray too, though, so it's not exclusive to the 4K. All right, guys, that's about it. Thanks for watching. Let me know down in the comments if you're going to pick up Daddy's Home 2. I personally thought it was pretty good. I posted this on Instagram. People were like, yeah, it's one of the better comedies I've seen this year. It's a lot of fun. It's not a perfect movie, but for a comedy, it's pretty cool, and the cast is great. So definitely let me know what you're thinking if you're going to go 4K or Blu-ray. I'm always interested to hear what people think on this kind of movie, where it's not kind of a visually striking or a movie that really needs a 4K. Where are people leaning these days? Are they going to upgrade, or are they going to stick with the standard Blu-ray? So let me know down there. Definitely give this video a like. Definitely subscribe. We're going to try to get to 1,000. So 1,000 is a big deal, as you know, because of the new content rules on YouTube. Basically, I don't want to run ads in the videos, but for somebody like me who's a small-time creator, it would be nice to make a little bit of money, maybe with just some text ads or a little pre-roll before my videos, just to kind of help fund equipment and buying more movies and things like that, as I'm sure you can understand. It'll be nothing invasive, but right now, without 1,000 subscribers, I can't be part of the YouTube partner program and work in any of that stuff, which is a little disappointing, that we can't monetize our content that we work really hard on. So right now we're at about 850, so it's really great. It's been great so far. A ton of people have been responding to my calls for subscription, and really it's exploded over the last few months, but we need 150 more, so it'd be really great if you could subscribe, get us to 1,000. At the end of this video, I'm going to leave links to the subscription, some other videos you can check out. Views always help drive more subscriptions. So anything you guys can do to spread the word is great. And don't forget, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram. I will leave the links down in my bio. We're almost at 10,000 Instagram followers, and I got some exciting stuff coming up for Instagram specifically that I'm going to share with this channel later. So you'll definitely want to follow me on there. Some really cool photos and videos that I'm going to be posting outside of YouTube. So definitely check that out down below. Click those links, give me a follow, and say what's up. If you send me a message, I always get back to people. I've been helping a lot of people out lately deciding what kind of movies they want to buy. Been working on some really cool projects that I've been talking to some folks about that you'll hear about soon. Ways that you can help donate to a cause that I'm working with. And so there's a lot going on, and a lot of my communication is going to come through Instagram. So it'd be great if you follow me there and send me a message, just say hi. I'll definitely get back to you, and we can have a quick little talk. But I'd love to get some more followers from this channel and really drive this next project that I'm going to be working on. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be pretty exciting. And yeah, until next time, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you go pick up Daddy's Home 2 on February 20th, and let me know what you think, Blu-ray or 4K. It's always kind of a tough question, so I'm interested to hear what you guys all want to do. But thanks for watching here. Jeff, gonna sign off.